Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, the new cast of Dancing with the Stars has been announced, and of course, we have thoughts. Then, do you have like 100 tomatoes sitting around the kitchen? Our foodie diva, Stephanie Hansen, has some great ideas on how to use them. And speaking of veggies, we're taking you inside a brand new restaurant with one of the coolest concepts I've ever heard of. The story behind the Farmer's Kitchen. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, White Bear Lake. Good morning, Midi Trista. And good morning, Puyallup, Washington. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Kmart's Employee of the Month. She's our Blue Light Special, Kendall Mark.
What does that mean? What? I don't know what that means.
What part? Do you not know what Kmart is, or do you not know what a Blue Light Special is?
Is he calling me a hooker?
No. Hooker? Where did a hooker? We're 2 episodes into season 7, and you throw the hooker word out? Who called you a hooker?
I said it really quietly, but is that what that means?
A Blue Light Special you think is a hooker?
Hey, get the Blue Light Special on Friday night.
What was going on in Red Wing, Minnesota?
I don't know. It's an honest question.
Okay, Kendall, I'm going to ask you. Do you know what Kmart is?
Yeah, that's where I used to hide behind the jeans and then get my free Freezy Pops.
Why in the world would you think Kmart Blue Light Special was connected to hookers? In your Kmart, did you see hookers at Kmart?
They had a back room. I don't know what they did there.
Well, okay.
Well, like where they store the inventory. I don't know.
Goodbye, Seattle.
It's been real.
We just got started, and an audience member just got up and left. We literally just had a virtual audience member get up and leave. No, a Blue Light Special, my love, my sidekick sister who I love. A Blue Light Special is at Kmart back in the day, and we know this, they would have specials, and they would turn the card on, and then they would have a blue light, and then someone would get over the announce, and they would go, "Attention, Kmart shoppers. We have a special for $2.99 on marshmallows." And then you search for the blue light, and then you get the damn marshmallows. I don't know. Okay.
Is that like that store? I mean, that thing, that grocery store show, like where they would run? Is that kind of what it looked like when they would run and dump stuff in carts? Okay.
Let's say hi to our virtual audience. Save us, please. It's Jill and Heather. Good morning, ladies. You both look lovely today. Jill, where are you zooming in from today?
I'm zooming in from Inver Grove Heights.
And Heather, I think you're also from the IGH, right?
Yep, I'm also in Inver Grove Heights.
Well, welcome to the two of you. We're glad you're here. Welcome to episode 2 of season 7, and coincidentally, our series finale. That's right.
Blue Light Special on Jason's desk stuff.
That's right. Everything must go. We're going to have fun with the ladies a little bit later, and when you take part in our virtual audience, you also get this delightful mug. So all of our new friends in Seattle, sign up for the virtual audience. And speaking of Washington, as I said, we're a little excited around here. We added another city. Hi, new Seattle friends. And we already, Kendall, we already got some messages on our social media from our new Washington friends, and we picked out a couple in a new segment we call Seattle Shoutouts. First is Randy. Let's take a look at Randy. Randy says, "We just started getting your show here in Vancouver yesterday. We're loving it." Well, hello, Vancouver. Can I tell you, one of my, and you've heard me say this, one of my favorite cities. I love Vancouver.
Yeah?
It truly is, on earth, one of my favorite cities. Now, on the other side, Mary asks, "What is this? Where's Tamron Hall?" Okay. Hi, Mary. My name is Jason. I host a show here for the Fox network that's on various stations. Tamron Hall, I believe, has moved to another time slot. She's not gone. She's in season 3. She's delightful. And Mary, just all I want you to do, give us a chance. We're a light, fun, happy show. We're goofy. We just want to make you happy for 46 minutes, Kendall, with commercials?
Honestly, we don't know how much time there is, and we don't really know what we are either, but it's really fun to watch.
We're fun. We just want to be your afternoon friends there in Seattle and Vancouver and Washington, just like our Minnesota family. So I love it. That's the first message. Where's Tamron Hall?
What is this?
Who the hell's this guy? I mean, I get it. I'm a guy that loves TV. I bet it is jarring. You usually watch Tamron, and then you see this goofy mug on your television. And you're used to seeing the beautiful Tamron Hall. I get it. People here in Minnesota want something else.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Read the emails. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it. Actually, don't read the emails. And by the way, hot dish is a casserole here. I'm explaining it to our Washington friends.
Oh, yeah, it's like this food. You put everything together and you heat it up.
Yep. First up, we now know who will join Suni Lee and JoJo Siwa on the new season of Dancing with the Semi-Stars. The full cast was revealed earlier this morning on the Good Mornings of Americas, and they chatted with one of the more controversial stars. Look at this.
Before we got on camera, you said, please don't.
Please don't make me dance.
Matt James got up and showed us a move.
He looked great doing it too. I can't follow up after that.
Do you have a little something you want to share with us?
Well, I could share a little something from what I've been learning in the last week.
Okay.
It's not great, but I learned how to do a salsa step.
Okay.
But I'm no dancer, but I can try.
Listen, it begins now.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
If
Olivia.
my partner's watching this, he's gonna be like, "What the heck, Olivia? Totally did not do that right."
okay.
But you go back, step, forward.
That's it.
She did she did 3 moves. Okay.
Facts.
Is that weird? This is weird, isn't it?
This is weird.
That was a weird segment. Anyway, Olivia Jade, Brian Austin Green. I'm excited about him. Amanda Klutz, she's on the talk.
She'll be good too. She's
Well,
a
for
former
today.
dancer.
I mean, who knows? They're dropping they're like rats off the Titanic on that show. Kenya Moore from Housewives of Atlanta and Sporty Spice Kendall is on this. Now, those are some of the bigger names on this season. There's others, obviously. There's an NBA guy. There's an actress that I don't know. I know. Look, the cast is better than I thought, but I'm not going to watch it. Here's how I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it the next day, and I'm going to fast forward through Tyra Banks.
Oh, okay. Good idea. That's not a bad idea, actually. Just get to the dancing.
I just want to get to the dancing.
Yes.
And we want to support our guy, Alan Burston from Minnesota. And if the producers are smart, they would team him with Suni Lee, also from Minnesota. Bloop.
Hello.
But who knows if they're going to do that.
So, Olivia Jade.
You know what? I don't care. Is it rewarding bad behavior? Probably. Is it her fault more than her parents? I don't know. But I don't care enough about her to, worry about it. I'm just going to concentrate on the positive. I'm going to support Suni Lee, and I love Brian Austin Green.
I suppose I shall be like that too then, and I won't say all the things I have to say about Olivia Jade.
Well, you can do that on our after show.
Okay.
It's in the back of a Kmart.
The Blue Light Special.
Next in the dish, Howard Stern, Baba Booey, returned from his summer break yesterday. It was the first time in his career that he took more than 2 months, or I should say more than 2 weeks off at a time. But he says it was hard to enjoy because of all the criticism that he got. I heard, anyone that knows me knows I love Howard. I am biased, but I think this is a fair analysis. Here's the deal. I choose to look at this as the glass half full. Howard took off, I think, June, July, August, or a portion of July, a portion of August. Here's the deal. Howard doesn't really owe us anything. He's been doing this since the 70s and 80s. He still gives us basically the same amount of episodes per year because he has a contract where he and Robin and the gang, hi Fred, they have to do a certain amount of episodes every year. He's still basically doing those number of episodes plus or minus a few, but he's just combining all of his vacation time. Here's where I don't get the criticism and the monsters on Twitter going after him. Let the guy enjoy his life. Nobody had a problem when the cast of Friends was making $1.5 million an episode and they only produced 24 episodes a season and took the whole summer off. Nobody has a problem when TV stars get a whole summer off. And that's been the way that it is since television was created. Nobody bats an eye. And I know that people are saying, well, I subscribe to Sirius, so I'm paying Howard. No, you're paying a subscription to Sirius as a whole. If you should be mad at anybody, be mad at Sirius. Have them create a program or a subscription where maybe it's just Howard and a few of their talk shows for a reduced fee. You know, do it like a talk show package. Take it out on Sirius. Don't take it out on Howard. The guy is just, I don't understand people begrudging people for enjoying their life. If we've learned anything in this pandemic, it is, I think, a desire and a need for better work-life balance. And that's what Howard's doing. Would you rather have no Howard? Would you rather have had him not sign a contract and he be gone? Or would you rather have him sign the contract and he takes a few weeks off in the summer when we should be spending time with our delightful families anyway?
Right. Delightful.
You know what I mean, though? I don't get the vitriol.
I think it's so weird. It's like, and if it's an issue with how much you're spending on Sirius, well, okay, there. But like you said, take it out with them. But also, if any of us could go on like a 2-month vacation, who wouldn't take that?
That's where the criticism, those that can't criticize.
Yes.
Those that can't criticize. It's a lot of the criticism and the write-ups in the Post, it's just jealousy. Because you know as well as I'm sitting here that if your boss gave you that deal, you would take it before Kendall could say Quaker Oats.
Quaker Oats?
Quaker. Did I say Quaker Oats? Quaker Oats are Quaker Oats.
I liked it either way.
Howard, I love you. Baba Booey. Don't let the haters get to you. We're going to take a break. More Hot Dish and more show right after these words. Back in a moment. We're not done yet. Coming up next, today's a big day in pop culture history. 35 years ago, on this day, the Oprah Winfrey Show went national. We'll look back at how O changed daytime forever. Then, struggling to find a use for all those tomatoes in your kitchen? Foodie Fanny Stephanie Hansen is here to assist. And it's one of the coolest restaurant concepts in the country. Kendall is taking you inside the Farmer's Kitchen. That and more when we come back.
Here are our all-star guest hosts with their thoughts on what they will miss most about hosting this show.
I'm gonna miss stealing Jimmy's weed gummies, eating a couple, and then realizing later they're actually fiber gummies. I wasn't high, but I was regular as hell while I was here.
I'll miss the confused looks on the staff's faces when I introduce myself as Oprah.
I'll miss craft services. This was my first time back on set since before the pandemic, and I forgot how much I loved just running my hands through a giant communal bowl of goldfish crackers. Oh. 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 I mean, the funny thing is, I don't even like goldfish.
I will miss sitting down with some of the sharpest writers in Hollywood and getting to tell them to their face that they're not funny and they'll never work in this town again.
You know, I'll miss sleeping in Jimmy's California king-size bed. Listen, I know guest hosts aren't supposed to sleep at Jimmy's house, but child, I don't give a
Little late night rewind for you. My friends, guest hosts talk about their favorite moments from the summer, filling in for Jimmy, who Jimmy is back from a summer break.
Right.
Nobody complained about Jimmy.
No. RuPaul, though.
RuPaul is great. RuPaul is great.
Oh, good.
But I don't want to belabor the point.
Right.
But we would all take that deal. You
Absolutely.
know? If we could, we would take that deal in a New York minute. More late night. Oh, this is good. Steve Martin, Martin Short, two of the three amigos, Kendall, and Selena Gomez are in a new series together on Hulu called Only Murders in the Building. They were on Colbert last night and talked about being on set all together. Look at this.
Any traditions on set every day? I understand there's one that Marty does for you.
It's my absolute favorite. I love when we get to read the news together because they just go bouncing back and forth with all these different headlines, and I learn a lot of important
Absolutely.
things.
Like who's president?
Yeah.
Things like that.
You kept saying we fought Germany twice.
I
You know what I mean? We
Shut
told you in.
up! No, I didn't.
Here are some of the headlines. We brought some
headlines?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What? No, we brought some of the headlines.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, these were just some of them. You wouldn't get them from the Post, really, but it was, you know, is Jill Biden more like Kendall or Kylie? Want to try one?
No.
No, please,
I don't want to
please.
try one.
Never sneak up on Gwyneth Paltrow during a cleanse. These were headlines. Actual headlines.
That's news you can use, is what that last one was.
I would follow the Gwyneth Paltrow suggestion. I've been on Goop. No. This show, by the way, is getting rave reviews. It's only 10 episodes long. Steve Martin has had this idea in his head. He was saying to Colbert for years. He said, wouldn't it be funny if there were two old guys that had an interest in solving murders? But the murders, because they're old, he didn't want to leave the house. So the murders only took place in their building. And he kept having this idea, and he finally talked to Martin Short, and Martin goes, well, let's write it. We're old. He goes, we're old. You can write. Let's write the series. We should watch it.
I don't have Hulu, but that is a show that I would buy a subscription just for that.
Didn't I tell you, I got to give you my, I got to give you my password, right?
For Hulu, HBO Max, Apple TV,
I'll write a
Disney
note.
Plus.
I'll write a note, and I'll write a reminder.
Yep.
Why do people do that? Remember, do you have your grandparents, they before they start writing?
I do that. It makes the pen work better, and it tastes kind of funny.
I don't know about that. Oh, you are just on fire today. Let's talk to Jill and Heather. Jill, I hear you have a question for me. And what celeb do I absolutely love? Now, Jill, is this a celeb that I've interviewed or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general. You know who I thoroughly enjoy is Emma Thompson. Emma Thompson, and here's just a generality too. It's always the bigger stars that are the nicest. It's the youngins that have an attitude because they think their blank doesn't stink, as my grandma used to say. But the stars that have been around the block, and it's no big deal. Emma Thompson was here in this very building and was as nice could be. And she's Emma Thompson. She could have been a complete diva. On a comedy side, I haven't mentioned this name in a while, Louis Black. Louis Black, huge comedian. He came in here with no representatives, no publicists, no entourage. It was literally Louis who had stopped at the Holiday gas station, and he had his like 36-ounce big Slurpee cup. And I've interviewed him 3 or 4 times. Nicest guy. Though the down-to-earth stars are always my favorite, and those are 2 of them. So I hope that answered your question there, Jill.
That did. Very cool.
Thank you. Do you have a celebrity that you love? Oh, I know, Erin Andrews. You love Erin Andrews.
I love her, and she was so nice to me, even though I was like, I can't speak English, I don't even know about you, but I love you, bye.
Yeah, that's basically how Kendall conducted the interview. Next in the dish, okay, this is for all the kids in the 90s. I see you, I hear you. I see you, I hear you. The star of Blue's Clues is finally explaining why he abruptly left the show in 2002. Steve Burns was the original host of the Nick Jr. Show and finally revealed what caused him to leave. This was the #1 trending thing last night. Look at this.
You remember how when we were younger, we used to run around and hang out with Blue and find clues and talk to Mr. Salt, freak out about the mail and do all the fun stuff. And then one day I was like, oh, hey, guess what? Big news, I'm leaving. This is my brother Joe, he's your new best friend. And then I got on a bus and I left. And we didn't see each other for like a really long time. Can we just talk about that? Great. Because I realized that was kind of abrupt. I just kind of got up and went to college. And that was really challenging, by the way, but great because I got to use my mind and take a step at a time, and now I literally am doing many of the things that I wanted to do. And then look at you, and look at all you have done, and all you have accomplished in all that time.
Okay, Tier, if you're of that generation, I know it hit you right in the heart. I know it did. There were conspiracy theories that Steve died in a car accident or he wanted to pursue a music career. Blue's Clues, the reason this is Nick got Steve back is it's celebrating its 25th anniversary. And it was great. I'm older, but my friend Temple, her son Rob, I remember babysitting Rob, and Rob loved Blue's Clues. And so I knew of Steve, and I also, following pop culture, knew when Steve vanished, it was devastating. I mean, people really did kind of wonder, where did he go? Because Blue's Clues was huge on Nick. It was a giant show, especially for you, the younger generation there.
Yeah, blue and magenta.
Your mic's not on. I think they cut it after, oh, now it's back. The Kmart comment, they probably cut your mic, yeah.
No, I watched it. So when it came out, I was 6. And so it was one of those shows that I watched, and then when I grew out of it, my sister watched, and then when she grew out of it, my other sister watched. So we watched all the different iterations of it. And it was kind of one of those things that I remember when Ellie was little and he left, it was like, where'd he go? And we had to just kind of make up a story.
Yeah, kids don't understand, you know? Yeah, for this generation, for me, it was like, Mr. Rogers or something. Yeah. Today, speaking of pop culture, today marks 35 years since this iconic TV moment. Look at this.
I'm Oprah Winfrey, and welcome to the very first National Oprah Winfrey Show! Now, I don't have a lot of problems in my life, I have to tell you. Things are going pretty good for me right now. But 2 things have bugged me for years. The first, my thighs. The second, my love life. So today,
on that day, they did a show. One of their usual topics, relationships, how to meet the man or woman of your dreams. By the way, this was before Oprah met Stedman. She met Stedman a little bit ago. Hey, look, no matter how you think about Oprah, it's a pretty amazing story in television history, probably never to be repeated again. Oprah was doing a local talk show called People Are Talking in Baltimore, and the executive producer of that show moved to Chicago to executive produce that local talk show called AM Chicago. They were looking for a new host. The executive producer called Oprah and said, you should audition. Oprah sent in a tape, and the station manager was a gentleman named Dennis Swanson, who was our boss here at Fox for many years. And Oprah walked in famously, did an audition, walked into Dennis's office, and Dennis knew immediately while watching the monitor that he had something. And Oprah famously looked at him and she goes, well, you know I'm black. And you know I'm overweight. And Dennis was a big man, like a big, like this. He goes, yep, I'm looking at you. And he goes, I just need you to go on the air and be yourself. And she goes, I don't know if I can beat Donahue, because she went up against the biggest talk show of that era, which was Donahue. And he goes, I don't expect you to beat Donahue. I just want you to do well. First day on the show, first day on the air in Chicago, in Phil Donahue's home city, the Oprah Winfrey Show beat Donahue and beat him every day since. The first day the Oprah Show went on the air, she beat Donahue. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Go, girl. And
Yeah.
it just goes to show what we talk about all the time. People want to see people that look like them and sound like them and act like them.
And are real.
Right.
She was really kind of the first real person on TV, the whole armpit thing. Some TV bosses that go, oh, don't talk about that. Sorry, people sweat.
Right.
You got to be real. You got to forget about the lights and the cameras and Stephanie Hansen and Jeff. You got to forget Eric. You got to forget about all that and just look in the camera, hi, and just be yourself. Harder to do than people think it is. Next in the dish, it appears we have a conclusion to the 13-year saga that is Britney Spears' conservatorship. #Free Britney. Brit's father has petitioned to end her conservatorship. That conservatorship sparked the Free Britney movement. Since 2009, she hasn't had control over her own body or finances. You guys know this. She accused her father of abuse and said the conservatorship was cruel. Well, thank goodness that this long nightmare it took you this long. It took you years of bad press for you to do the right thing. Come on, dude.
Oh, thank God. I'm happy for her that finally that saga is ending.
And I'm sorry I used the word dude. I don't often use that word.
Oh.
Because I don't like when people call me dude.
Did.
Like bros. I don't speak fluent bro.
Oh.
But
I do.
I know
what
you
can
do.
what can I help you with?
I have a guy, the guy I work out with, Austin, he speaks fluent bro. He says sick a lot. Oh, dude, that's a sick workout.
Yeah, really good.
Doesn't even seem right coming out of my mouth.
That's like
Jace, that was a sick workout. What? Dude. Let me try to say it like the trainer says it.
Go ahead.
Dude, that was a sick workout. It doesn't even sound right coming out of this mouth.
Means, Jason, that was excellent. Good job. Do it next time again.
She doesn't speak fluent Kmart, but she does speak fluent bro. Hey, Stephanie Hansen speaks fluent bro. She's coming up next She's our food diva. Our food diva. We'll be back with her and more when we come back. Back in a moment. Stay there. Oh, I love this woman, and you do too. It is still tomato season here in Minnesota, and you may want to try something new with your garden. Tomatoes. Joining us with one of her favorite recipes, our foodie queen, the one and only. Say hello to Stephanie Hansen.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Seattle.
I was going to say hello. Say hello to your friends in Washington.
My friends at Amazon. My niece works there.
Nope.
Hello.
There we go. Hello, Amazon.
You guys, Seattle, you're going to love us because you have a great maker community there. We talk a ton about makers. We're going to make some stuff.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Stephanie is our foodie queen. We don't do a lot of food segments. We only do it because Steph is wonderful. That's it. We're not a food show kind of show. But tomatoes are all over the place.
Well, and okay, I've been at my cabin for 10 days harvesting, and I've decided that I'm not a farmer because it's too much work.
Okay.
Holy cats. I planted tomatoes from seeds, and then I planted them all, and I waited all summer long. And then the tomatoes started coming in, and right away I started having a panic attack because there were so many.
Can I tell you, because Stephanie does a radio show, you guys can download the podcast. It's called Weekly Dish. And I was on following your show this weekend, and I looked at your co-host, and I said, oh, where's Steph? She's harvesting. That's
so
a
true.
phrase I never thought I would hear in relation to you.
I know, it's so true though. I have to harvest. I have like a 2-week window before it starts to get cold up where I am. So, okay, I had 2 types of tomatoes, right?
Okay.
I had early girls and I had just cherry tomatoes.
What in the name, what is an early girl?
An early girl is a tomato that's supposed to get ripe like end of June, July. I'm in a zone 3 cold climate. So literally I started getting tomatoes about the 3rd week of August, and then it'll freeze this weekend. So like you have 2-week window, you got to get them all. I'm out there like a squirrel getting nuts. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then you have I had literally 3 giant bushels of them. And then it's like, what to do with all these? Well, when I first started out, I was a rookie, and I would cut onions, and I would make a little sauce, and that would take 8 tomatoes, and I'd be stuck with 180 more.
Yeah.
So I got this fast, down and dirty way to make some sauce that you'll use lots of ways.
Here we go.
So, okay, if you're doing cherry tomatoes, you put them in a pan like this.
Get a shot.
You don't even have to cut them. You just put them in the pan. Put a little olive oil, a little salt. If you feel fancy, you can put basil or oregano, but you don't even need that.
Okay.
If you have smaller tomatoes or regular sized tomatoes, you just cut them in half, okay?
Now that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful, not doing it. I would just eat those. I'd put them on a crostini.
Well, and that's the thing. So these are the finished product, and here's all the things you can do with them. You can, like you said, put this on a cheese platter and on a crostini, and maybe put a little honey or a little drizzle. And you can have sun-drieds. You can serve them alongside risotto. You can serve them alongside grilled meat. These, again, same thing. You could put them over a pile of brie, and you can melt it a little bit and put a little basil. You could have a caprese with a roasted tomato. You could blend them up for soups, for salads, and that's what we're going to do today.
Okay.
I end up with so many of these tomatoes, I started freaking out again. I was like, I cannot let one go to waste because I feel like my efforts are important.
I think maybe you need a cocktail up there.
Oh, please. That comes too. Believe me. I do not miss an opportunity for a cocktail.
I know.
So,
I've been with you.
Oh, yeah. So you can take your tomatoes that you've dried.
Okay.
And you can put them just in your blender. This is my fancy blender, but at the cabin, I have a terrible blender that I literally almost burned out the motor this weekend. It was smoking every time I used it.
You just had a lot of drama at the cabin this weekend.
I did. And I had to close it all up, so now I'm back to my daily life.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going on a van trip, but you know.
Stephanie spends half the year, by the way, new friends, in a van.
I have a van, and it's not down by the river.
You should go to Washington.
I'm going to go, that's a next trip. I want to go to those islands out there, the San Juan Islands.
Okay.
Okay, so Jace, we put our little tomatoes in here.
Okay.
And I'm embarrassed to say, because it's not really a recipe, you just blend it up.
That's it?
That's it. And then you can freeze it. You can can it. These I can because I literally have 22 of these.
You have 22 of those.
I do. And then I have some small ones. And then I have sun-drieds. And then I have baggies. Like, it's just been exhausting.
You have, Steph, I don't mean to, you have you and your husband in your house.
That's true.
That's it. How are you going to go through 22 cans?
Here was my secret of what I did last year.
Okay.
You know how people give cookies for Christmas?
Yeah.
We were in the coronavirus pandemic. Everybody was eating. I made soups. So I made roasted basil tomato soup, and I brought soup to everybody all holiday season. I did soup drops. And I got rid of all my tomatoes.
How Little House on the Prairie is that?
I know. One person that we both know kind of almost cried when I showed up at their doorstep because it was a hard mental health year, you know?
Yeah.
And you saw someone and you were like, hello, it's so good to see someone. So anyway, I made you some sauce.
You've been to my door before and I haven't quite reacted like that, but that's fine.
Not during the pandemic.
Not during the pandemic. Well, this is great. This is easy. Anybody can do this.
Yes, and if you feel like it's a little thick and you want it a little thinner, just throw some of your raw tomatoes in there. They're very juicy, and it will make it have a little bit thinner consistency. You take this, you can make roasted tomato basil soup right from this with some cream, or skip the cream if you're vegan and do chicken broth. You can use this as a base to make like tomato sauce, so put your meatballs in there. You can use it for chicken tinga tacos. Put a little Indian seasoning in there.
So if you were to do, we got to go, but if you were to make soup, you just take that base right there in the blender, add some stock of your choice.
Yep.
Heat it up, bada boom, bada bing, spice it up, you have soup.
You're done. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Well, that's fantastic. The tomato queen, everyone. She's the queen of the harvest, Stephanie Hansen. Everything that she talked about this morning is on her website, stephaniesdish.com. We'll also be posting it on the Jason Show Facebook page. Follow us, please. Just go to Facebook, search for Jason Show TV. More with Hansen when we come back. Back in a moment. It's easy. That's fantastic.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
The boys at the M House singing our theme song. It's always a good day when Stephanie Hansen's here. She remains. We've moved over to the chairs.
I'm here.
Want to play a little game? It's game time.
I think so.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm so competitive. You know this.
I know. Stephanie and I play board games together. It's not pleasant. Okay, we all have guilty pleasures when it comes to food, including celebrities. So the Jason Show research team looked into the... Thank you. Look at that graphic right there, Steph.
Oh, fancy.
That cost us $4,000. That's our whole budget this season. The Jason Show research team looked into the foods that celebs can't resist for a game we're calling Celebrity Cravings. Steph, I'm going to give you the name of a celebrity, and you have to guess what their guilty pleasure food is, okay? Now, it's multiple choice.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
First, Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey.
The diva herself.
Is it sushi, pizza, or cinnamon rolls? What does Mimi like? You said pizza?
She likes pizza.
You are right.
I knew this.
You knew this?
I did, and I don't know why I knew this, but I obsess over her. She's just so like everything. She's so larger than life in everything she does, and I love that.
Watch her on QVC selling her stuff. It's the best YouTube vortex you'll ever go down.
Okay, all right.
And she gets mad when she realizes how cheap her stuff is selling, and it's the best thing ever.
Okay, I like that.
Mariah, this is $39.90. What? Next, Jennifer Lawrence. Fritos, Funyuns, Cool Ranch Doritos. What is her guilty food pleasure, Stephanie Hansen?
It's gonna be something like everyman-ish, because she sort of is like all of us. So I'm gonna say Funyuns.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
is it Cool Ranch Doritos?
It is Cool Ranch Doritos.
See, that was I should have said Cool
Just
Ranch
go
Doritos.
with, always go with your gut, Hansen.
I know,
Always go.
I know, but Funyuns sounded better.
Yeah, I do not enjoy the Funyuns.
No, I don't either.
Okay, settle down, crew. Settle down.
It sounds like you're
it's
eating
all right.
a toenail or something,
Thank you.
doesn't it?
Me too.
Yeah, like
I feel
something
ya.
flaky and gross.
This segment sponsored by Funyuns. Next, Justin Timberlake. Okay?
Ooh.
Is he in sync with Taco Bell, McDonald's, or the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
It's not Taco Bell, because that's my guilty pleasure. I'm going to say his is Kentucky Fried Chicken, because he wants to look like he's all Southern.
Wow, bitter party of one?
I don't love
bitter?
him. I'm still bitter about what happened with him and Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. Not going to lie.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people are. I am too. It's Taco Bell, actually.
Oh, boy.
It's Taco Bell.
Every time I eat there now, I'm going to think about him, and it's going to make me crabby, and I'm going to have to get more sauce. Just to get past it, you know? You gotta like palate cleanser, get past it.
Why do you need more sauce if you're crabby?
Because if you are eating it and you're thinking about him, you're gonna need like something to make it spicy and just go away. Palate cleanser.
Jennifer Aniston, tacos, nachos, mac and cheese.
Whatever Jennifer Aniston's eating, I'd like 20. And then I have to think like, okay, what would she really eat? She probably wouldn't eat this, but she's gonna say it, because again, it makes her sound like an every girl. Mac and cheese.
It's nachos.
Oh, please. When do you think the last time that woman had a nacho was? I mean, for real. Love her, she's fantastic. If I could be her, I would, but does she look like she's just like working down a plate of nachos while she's watching Netflix on a TV on a Friday night? Probably not.
You're going to be very popular in Seattle. People are going to love you in Washington.
Oh, I'm not for everyone.
One more, Ted, producer Ted, one more. Last one. Rihanna, chocolate ice cream, chocolate cake, or brownies?
Wow, she's from the Caribbean, which I love. So I'm going to say brownies.
No, chocolate ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hot in the Caribbean and you want something cool. And who craves chocolate ice cream though? Does that seem crave-worthy to you?
The people of Seattle do.
They crave that and a little Stephanie Hansen.
That's right. You know where you love her. Give it up for Stephanie Hansen, everybody. Again, Stephanie's Dish, and listen to her on the Weekly Dish. You can download past episodes right now. We're going to take a break. Kendall's coming back. We're going to get some chocolate ice cream in this break, and we'll be back in a moment. Come on, Steph. Let's go get some ice cream. Welcome back. We've all heard the food phrase farm to table, and a new restaurant in Minneapolis is definitely doing that. It's called Farmer's Kitchen and Bar. It's farmer owned, and it features food and drinks made with food grown throughout the state. Kendall visited this new concept in restaurants.
Right next door to the Guthrie, there's this new restaurant. And it's not owned by a normal ownership group. It's owned by the people who make the food, but not the chefs. You see what I mean? Check it out. All right, thank you for having us, Gary. This is so neat. I mentioned this. It's owned by the people who make the food, but not the chefs.
That's correct.
Who owns this place?
Minnesota Farmers Union. We're a general farm organization comprised of family farmers from throughout the state of Minnesota.
How much of the food that's here is truly coming from Minnesota farms or surrounding areas?
Pretty much all of it is direct from a Minnesota farm right now.
That's so cool.
All of our proteins, our meats, our milk is from Stony Creek Dairy up in Melrose. We really want to showcase Minnesota's family farmers, and that's what we're trying to do here. And the vegetables here, we're in a prime season now. We got tomatoes coming in direct off the farm.
So good.
The food is going to be so much better tasting, coming, rather than being trucked across the country. We provide the consumer that comes into our restaurant or the customer a chance to get a farm-cooked meal.
All the city kids.
In downtown Minneapolis, that is correct.
It's so true, because we have a tiny garden in our front yard, and there is a true quality and a taste difference when something is fresh and from the farm.
Well, definitely is. Tomatoes are right in the mid-season, but that's the best example. A tomato that's raised in the garden, fresh,
So
put on
much
your
better.
plate. It's so much better than one that is trucked across the country. All of the products, so the meats, proteins, all the vegetables, it's going to have that type of flavor to it because it's coming direct from the farm.
And I noticed all the artwork, and this all has actual meaning to it too. This comes from people who are working here and owning this place.
We have a long history. The reason Farmers Union really took off was the farmers were not getting a fair shake in the marketplace, whether they were selling their grains or buying their inputs. So Farmers Union in the Midwest, so we had a strong influence in starting cooperatives. The roots go back to Farmers Union starting that organization back in the 20s and 30s.
There's a photo in the back, and it's made up of all the photos of farmers in the Farmers Union.
You hear a lot about where's Waldo. Well, here you can say, well, where's your farm? So we send them thousands and thousands of pictures. and that's what makes up that photo. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, Gary, what do I have here?
You have a beet salad, and I forget the official title of it, but it's
It's a good beet salad.
it's a good beet salad. Everything you see on that plate is local.
And then this was the sandwich that you said is really good. It's got turkey and bacon. And
Turkey and bacon. That's a Fern plus Dale sandwich, I believe it's called. And the turkey comes from Cannon Falls from Ferndale Market. The bacon is from Pastures of Plenty, family farmer from Kirkhoven, Minnesota.
Okay.
It's a 3-generation family farm that's actually involved in producing that bacon. So very exciting story.
And last but not least, these are walleye fritters, fingers, tots.
Our walleye tots. Walleye from the Red Lake Nation, plus some potatoes mixed in, or walleye tots. You'll have to try them, and our chef made them in the kitchen and put it together.
Your chef might be my new best friend. Finally, Eric's letting me eat.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the test.
There you go.
That was really, really good. Congratulations. I'm gonna eat now.
Thank you very much. And I could tell by your expression. That wasn't a fake expression. No, that was a real expression. Thank you very much.
This is so good. I'm not sharing any of this with you, Gary. I just want you to know that.
It's such a great concept. I was there like the night before, and I don't know why. If I were farmers unions in other states, I would replicate this. There's one other state, I believe, that does it other than us.
Right. Was it South or North Dakota?
I think it's one of the Dakotas.
And they do it in D.C.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting. I think it'll be really successful. The food's so good.
I've eaten, there's a turkey sandwich there for lunch that is really, 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 really good. So it's really close to the legendary Guthrie Theater. So the next time you're visiting the cities, the Twin Cities, you're going to see one of the productions of the Guthrie. It's right next to it in the Mill District of downtown Minneapolis, right on the river. It's gorgeous.
So good. And you're supporting local farmers.
You are. Yep. And they have a little shop.
Yep.
And they have a coffee shop with a nitro cold brew that has honey in it. That is probably one of the best coffees I've had in a long time.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it's a honey nitro. I'll be corrected, but it's something like that.
Something like that.
It was their nitro cold brew that I just wanted to drink the whole thing.
Whole jug.
The whole thing. We're going to take a break, wrapping things up, talking to the audience, saying goodbye to the audience and more right after this. Yeah, I think it's a honey nitro. Welcome back. Day 2, season 7, going better than day 1, right?
I'm just signing over here for you.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey, stay connected with us on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search for Jason Show TV. And our personal accounts, too, Kindle Mark. And just search for my name, Jason Matheson. We should see how many Seattle friends we can get by tomorrow's show.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so follow us. Let us know you're from Seattle or from the Washington area, Vancouver, Washington, wherever.
Yep.
And let us know. Give us a follow. We'll do some shout outs.
Write us a nice message.
And if you wrote us a bad one, at least make it funny.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Where's Cameron Hall? Wrapping things up today. Let's say goodbye to our virtual audience, Heather and Jill. Thanks, guys, for being here, ladies. And please enjoy your complimentary Jason Show mug. And we hope to see you back here when we can welcome studio audiences back. Thanks, ladies. Time for the bubblegum goodbye question. In my hand, we have pulled the mystery question from our legendary bubblegum machine. Are you ready for the question?
I guess.
How did your spouse pop the question? Kendall, ladies first.
That's easy. We were in Yosemite camping in the middle of nowhere with a billion other people in Yosemite, but we went to Mirror Lake. He got down on one knee. There's a photo because he set up the timer and everything, but it was really sweet. I couldn't talk to anybody for like 2 days, so everyone was kind of going, did she say yes?
Yeah.
But it worked. Here we are.
Yosemite, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes, we're camper people.
You are outdoorsy. Yeah. I proposed in front of the Bellagio. So you were camping. I was in Vegas. That speaks a lot to who we are. But I proposed in front of the Bellagio fountain with Faith Hill's This Kiss playing in the background. I waited to a good song before I did it.
Yeah.
And then we went out for dinner. And it was nice. What?
Where'd you go?
There was a restaurant in the MGM Grand. I can't remember. It was a fantastic sushi place. It was amazing. So, yeah.
Partay.
Tomorrow, Madeline Smithberg will join us. She's welcoming us to Seattle with some Seattle hot dogs. That's tomorrow, but right now, that's going to do it. If you're a kid watching and you're being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh.